On June 10th, 2012, at 12 p.m., a group of Falun Gong practitioners were holding signs on the street corner of Washington and Grant in San Francisco's Chinatown, telling onlookers the truth about the persecution of Falun Gong in mainland China these last 13 years, including the horrific practice of harvesting organs from live Falun Gong practitioners by the Chinese Communist Party. At that time, a Chinese man in a red shirt stood by the street, slandering Falun Gong in a high voice. Another man of Chinese descent, wearing a hat and vest, appeared and began to verbally abuse the Falun Gong practitioners that were there. When this new man began to show an inclination toward physical violence, the Falun Gong practitioners there began to videotape the scene with their cell phones. Upon seeing this, the man leapt toward one of the Falun Gong practitioners and attempted to snatch away his cell phone. When the Falun Gong practitioner dodged the man's grasp, the man chased after him and slammed his fist into the Falun Gong practitioner's face. The practitioner did not retaliate, but warned the assailant that his behavior would be videotaped. Despite the dissuasion by numerous people at the scene, the assailant once again punched the Falun Gong practitioner under his left jaw. The assailant, along with the other Chinese man in the red shirt, attempted to escape the scene, but the assaulted Falun Gong practitioner and another female practitioner stood in their way. The man in the red shirt struck at the female practitioner's shoulders, chest, and face, and the female practitioner said loudly, "You hit people?" The man in the red shirt shouted back. The assailant in the hat ran through the crowd yelling, and the assaulted Falun Gong practitioner followed him. A short-haired female accomplice of the assailant, who was wearing a red vest, yelled for the assailant to lie down on the ground. When the police arrived at the scene, the assailant first tried to defend his actions. Then he laid down on the ground and pretended to have fallen unconscious. Beside the assailant, another man in a light-colored shirt began making intimidating hand gestures toward and verbally threatened a person in the crowd who filmed the incident with a camera. Another onlooker then stepped forward and showed the police officers a video of the incident, and the police began to gather information from the assailant and the assaulted Falun Gong practitioner for the police report.
So you saw that? Okay, I saw that. Okay. Do you guys know him?
The police called for the man to be taken away in an ambulance. Many cases of Falun Gong practitioners being assaulted in San Francisco's Chinatown have been recorded. However, every time the Falun Gong practitioners would refuse to retaliate, adhering to the principles of truth, compassion, and tolerance, and would tell the truth of Falun Gong with compassionate hearts, even in the face of violence. Both the victims of this assault were previously persecuted in mainland China for their belief in Falun Gong. They escaped to the United States because this country is known throughout the world for defending people's freedoms. Now, even here in the United States, it seems as though these two victims and all other American Falun Gong practitioners must continue to worry about their safety and security. The city government of San Francisco should thoroughly investigate this crime and bring the perpetrators to justice. The city of San Francisco should also strive to protect all of its citizens. People should not have to worry about getting assaulted when they want to meditate in a public park. People should not have to worry about getting assaulted when they peacefully exercise their right to tell others about human rights issues around the world. The city of San Francisco should take special care of its Chinatown and ensure that the inhuman violence of totalitarian governments never finds a place here. The frequency of assaults on Falun Gong practitioners in the United States seems to indicate that an organized, planned effort of hate crime against Falun Gong practitioners exists. It is highly probable that the Chinese consulate in San Francisco has extended the CCP's persecution of Falun Gong practitioners overseas. Whether or not these particular assailants in San Francisco's Chinatown were bribed by the Chinese Communist Party to attack Falun Gong practitioners is currently under investigation.